Welcome back to Around the Emirates podcast with Sara Mousa, where I speak to guests from across the UAE about topics you want to hear about. Today, I'm honored to be joined by Imtiyaz Kalsekar, who is CEO and founder of the one and only Rasasi Imtiyaz Group, a world-class fragrance I'm sure all of you have heard of. Please tell me your story, Imtiyaz, and what got you started.
Thank you very much, Sarah, for inviting me in your podcast. It's really a privilege to be with you today. And definitely, I would like to share something about Rasasi background, which most of the users till now, after 45 years, they are not aware about how the Rasasi was started. So the Rasasi was started by my late father,
Yes.
Kalsekar. He came in this beautiful city in 1979. And I would say before 1979, but the Rasasi was first registered in this country as a brand name in 1979. So we have already covered more than 45 years of legacy, a beautiful legacy and a beautiful story. Trust me,
Love
a
that.
boy, my father, when he was 9 years old, he was an orphan. Just imagine a 9 years boy, orphan, poor family, nobody to guide him. And at the age of 53, he got the first success of Rasasi perfume. So when I talk about my father from the age of 9 till age of 53, I feel he was the most pious, most ethical, and on the firm that what he wants to do for his family and for the society. So when he started the name Rasasi, it's a combination of a name of an entire family. Means he has nine children. So if you take the initials of everyone, so my
Yeah.
father name Razak, which is R, and my name is Imtiyaz, which is I. So it is a combination of entire name into the brand name.
Oh, I love that.
So you see, the beautiful part of the story is even the name of the brand has a family joining, whether it's a father or whether it's a children. So everybody unites together to make this beautiful story into the most successful story. So the second beautiful part about my father, which I always like to say is, at the age of 53, he didn't give up. Plus, uh, I would say when he started the brand name, he kept the brand name and also he kept made in Dubai, UAE. Sarah, we look Dubai from 2025 perspective, but my father was very well convinced at that part of the time, and he used to write "Made in Dubai, UAE." It's not an easy, but he used to believe that this land has a prosperity, and he never gave up saying that I'm proud to be Dubai. Today
Love
we talk
that.
about Dubai because we have seen the success of Dubai. But we are the child, we are success because we believe in Dubai from last 45 years. So that is a beautiful story of Rasasi. Apart from that, once he developed the product, we really take care. Everybody talks about the quality. But my father used to say me, Imtiaz, if you want to be a successful businessman, try to bring the story in your product. Unless there is no story, the consumer cannot get attached with the brand. So whenever we make anything in our Rasasi family, we have the story linked with us. That is the biggest success. We have our backward integration, like we have our own, what do you say, an ingredient manufacturing unit in south of France. We have an art of factory in DIC, which is more than 100,000 square meter. That is 1 million square feet. I can say you this is one of the most biggest factory in the perfumery world.
Wow.
And then you talk about our exposure. We are exporting more than 86 countries around the globe. We have our more 165 boutique showroom in the Gulf. And about myself as an Imtiaz, since I want to change the legacy into the modernity, so what I'm doing is I'm coming up with my own brand called I Am Rasasi. So when I'm using the word I Am Rasasi, Sarah, it has a beautiful name. When you will say it is your Rasasi, I Am Rasasi. And when I want to say, I will say it is Imtiyaz Rasasi because it has an initial of I Am.
I see. Nice.
So I have come up with a legacy from I have come up with an old heritage to the modernity. So this is the transformation I am giving to my brand as I Am Rasasi.
I love that. Thank you so much for taking me through that in so much detail. It's such a beautiful generational kind of legacy and wealth that you and your family have created, especially like with your father being so young and thinking about this as, obviously like he started off as an orphan and then he was, mashallah, able to create something amazing for
Sure.
himself. And what kind of challenges would you say were brought into kind of modernizing the brand to what it is today?
See, the biggest challenge is like I cannot leave my culture, I cannot leave my legacy. Legacy is my father's identity. So keeping the legacy and transforming the legacy into the modernity is the biggest challenge. So, I just can't overnight change the DNA of the company. I have to stick to the DNA. And at the same time, I have to come up with the modernity because the world is changing. It is more toward the social media, the reels, the TikToks, so you have to incorporate all those disposable clients. When I use the word disposable clients, are those clients which want to change the fashion every single day. So it is very difficult to cope up with them when you have a legacy. So this is the biggest challenge for me. However, every challenge has some or the other kind of a route to get to it. I have a beautiful team. I have a beautiful perfumer. I have my own suppliers in China. I have our own suppliers of packaging. So, everything is an ecosystem. So we merge with each other. We try to find out the database from the data science. I have a very big investment into data science where I really come to know which fragrance, which demographic, which age, which color, which note, everything collaborate with each other, and then we come up with the story. So I'm well confident that I Am Rasasi is a change in the Rasasi legacy.
I love how personal you're making this for the consumer. It's not just a product on the shelf and you say, oh, here's my perfume, here's my brand, like it. It's the
So,
fact that you're making it so personal and you're connecting almost with the consumer, with the whole I'm Rasasi vibe as well. Like that own initiative is so heartwarming and wholesome in itself.
so great, so great. You're very much right. And when you keep the name, for me, Rasasi is my father. Honestly, Sarah, I never took Rasasi as my commercial. So after your father passed away, every child, they want to secure the presence of their father or the parents. So I want Rasasi name should be preserved. At the same time, it should be globally accepted.
I love that. I love that. Now, talk to me a little bit more about the most recent exciting product that you've just unveiled.
Recent excitement, you will laugh at me, but I was with my family and I was praising my wife, tiramisu. She makes a very beautiful tiramisu. So when I told her it's delicious, you know what she told me? The second thing, she told me, Imtiyaz, now make a perfume of this tiramisu.
I love
And I mean it. Huh? Anyway, so God bless to the technology. In south of France, I have a machine called Contexa. Contexa is a machine where it takes the ambience, it incorporates what is there in the ambience, convert to the chemical reading, and then that chemical reading I give it to my perfumer, and the perfumer try to analyze what are the chemicals are there in that ambience, and we make the perfume. So this is one of the newest technology I'm implementing in my perfume. That's machine called Contexa.
that is so cool. I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, so I'm using it very oftenly now and it becomes really an hectic for me because when I go with my daughters, I have a beautiful three daughters, Sara, Hajra, and Aisha, and three of them are demanding. They think my dad is a magician. They said, this smell is very good. Can you make this smell for me? So you believe me, whenever I travel with them, I make sure my mind, my works are on, and I should really cope up with them. But we have really come up with a very good perfume. You talk about the perfume for the age of 19 years old girl. I have a perfume for them in I Am Rasasi. You talk about 30 plus, I have a perfume for them. You talk about more classic, because I don't make perfume because I like the perfume. Never. I never do that. I always make the perfume because what consumer give me the challenge, what they require. And I have come across in my life, across like say when I travel to my business, sometimes they bring some out of the box and they say, can you make this perfume for me? It's a challenging, but I love that challenge because that makes the story and that makes the brand.
I love that. It's so inspiring the way that you speak. You speak with such passion and such love and such humility with what you do, knowing that you have all these factories and you export to all these countries around the world. And I'm curious, do you have an inspiring story to share with the listeners today?
See, the one story which I really liked was like my daughter again, because everything for me, my family, like you, is always important. So my daughter always used to say to me, Dad, give me something which I can carry to my uni. And after the uni, if I'm going to my internship, I can carry in the bag. And normally every girl has a very mini bag, very mini. I don't know what they want to keep in that mini bag. But when I told my daughter, okay, what exactly you carry in your bag? So she told me I have something like a cosmetic case, I have iPods and this. I have a product called Impact. I don't have the sample over here, but I can share with you on the WhatsApp. I have made that product, and I got a success from the girl between the age of 18 to 23. It's a 100% ratio, 100% in Amazon. It's a super hit product. You know why it's so super hit product? Because the product goes as per the requirement of that age. Second thing, you know why my daughter, she was wearing the makeup. I tried to extract the entire makeup into the perfume. I asked my daughter, if you like the makeup, why don't you like the same smell of the makeup in your perfume? She was excited. And the same technology of Contexa I did over there. So she was wearing a lipstick, and I know all the girls, what they wear on their face. And I tried to extract that one into my perfume. I would try to send you one sample, and I will bet you, if you say no, I will not launch the product again. I'm so convinced about the product. So that is the most exciting story. And there are many other stories, but to make you feel, and my audience, that when Imrasasi is making something for the public, it is not a commercial. I think I'm making it for my family. I'm making it for my wife, my daughter, my friends. So I will never compromise in quality. I will never compromise in the offering. There's one more thing. I have a box over here. This is the online box. Believe me, the quality of this box, Sara, you will never throw this box. You will keep in your home. You know why? Because I feel even opening the online box should be an excitement. It should not be like as if I'm selling the cartons brown color and it is just a cargo cartons. No. When you're opening the carton, you should feel the beauty of the online. So this is the one which I will be launching in this week. Launching in the sense like this is a special material I have used, and I have used the zero cost in the product. This will be the free gift as I am Rasasi family to my consumer.
I think you're my new best friend, Imtiyaz. I love that. Congratulations.
Thank you, Sara, for listening, and I hope my message is going in the right direction.
Oh, it's going in the nicest smelling direction there is, I'll tell you that much. But just before we wrap up, Imtiyaz, I'd just like to ask you, is there a final word of advice you'd like to leave with the listeners today?
Yeah, I'm not that great enough to give the advice, but yes, what I have learned in my life, I would like to share with you. Success is not alone. Success cannot be very quicker, and respect your parents. Those are the three things, and be on integrity. Be on integrity. There will be many ways in your life to track you, but don't deviate. Be focused for your vision, respect yourself, and I'm sure sooner or later you'll get a success. So this is my story, and I'm already completing my 52, and it took me half a century to get a success.
I cannot thank you enough, Imtiyaz, honestly. What an inspiring person. What an inspirational story. What a strong story of hard work and ambition and working with a great team to get where you are today. And your whole family must be very proud of you. And honestly, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to me about your amazing story.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you very much for your time too.